let me ask you this, because I obviously follow you on Twitter, and the one thing I know about you is that you love old Donald Trump and you totally support him and all that shit. But I gotta ask you, do you think that Donald Trump jokes like the stuff on Saturday Night Live and all, and talk show monologues are getting a little dull, like little played out?
Um, well, Saturday Night Live, I'm really surprised they're not doing more original stuff. Donald Trump is a wealth of material, and it's amazing that a show that has had moments of real brilliance, like Saturday Night Live, sometimes isn't working harder with what Donald Trump is giving them. Yeah, I mean, I get bummed out if they don't do a good job with it, you know, because Donald is such a clearly flawed human being. I mean, there's no debate that if you just let him talk for a few minutes, there's clearly something wrong with him. You know, there's just something off about him, and it's unedited. He's a fascinating human being because he's so weird. He's so unusual, and I'll never forget that a couple of years ago, Jimmy Kimmel, a viewer, noticed that Donald has a weird thing every time he sits down where he has to just move things around in front of him. And it's a weird OCD thing where he just, and they showed multiple clips of him sitting at a desk and then taking the water and moving it over here, then taking the water, moving it over here, and then moving a piece of paper this way, moving this over here. He constantly has to look like he's authoritative over inanimate objects in front of him. It's very strange. But he is a strange human being. I'm from New York. New Yorkers are shocked that everyone in America is just now starting to know what we've known about Trump for decades. It's just shocking. Like, how did you, like, we always thought it was like, well, this is universal. Like, we all know this about Donald, that he's not who he says he is. Like, we've known that forever. So it's kind of weird to us that everybody is just now catching on. But it is entertaining, so.
But the thing I love about him though is that when he clearly learns a word the night before he does a speech, and then he doesn't know how to actually use it. Where like I can't remember specifically what it was over, but he says, "I don't know why." We'll use your name for example. We say, "I don't know why Greg Garris would speak to me like that. I was terrific to Craig. I was very terrific." It's like, no, but you can't be very terrific because that doesn't make sense. But I was. If anyone's very terrific, it's
that's a good Donald Trump, man. Yeah, he's lately he just has not been pronouncing words correctly at all. It's if he's learning any new words, he's not pronouncing them correctly. But it's crazy that there is a hyper sensitivity of his defenders to even mentioning something as obvious as, man, the guy can't speak. And you will get like, why are you hating? What's with all the Trump hate? And it's like, just pointing out the guy can't speak. You don't want to acknowledge that the guy can't speak. I'm not saying anything. I mean, he's my president. I'm just pointing out that the guy can't speak. And there's an amazing sensitivity to that. This is not professional broadcasting, by the way, chewing chocolate while I'm talking to you. So my apologies for that.
Oh, don't worry, I'm playing with my dick and balls the entire time we're talking.
Nice. All right. Cool.
But the thing about Trump that is to me, all I see in him is he was clearly excluded at school, so he's trying to emulate who he thought was the cool guy back in the 70s or 60s whenever he went to school, and he's obsessed with it today still. And even when he did, what do you call it when they become president? Inauguration, is that the word?
Yeah.
And he was dancing with that wife that totally loves him for his looks.
Yeah.
And in the middle of the dance, he stops and goes over to LGBT Pence, and he taps him on the shoulder in the middle of the dance, and he goes, "Look at us with these tours. We're a couple of paisans, you know."
Yeah, that's Donald for you.